Hey guys, it's 3Do Reviews, and I'm Nick, this is Noah, and behind the camera is DK, and we are reviewing Creed. Creed is starring Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone.
A great fighter once said, "It ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward."
So Nick, what was your first impression of Donnie Creed?
When I first saw Donnie Creed, I thought he was like that fighting type character that he will always fight throughout anything. Like especially at the beginning of the film, you saw him at the youth detention center in Los Angeles and how he was fighting that kid. 17 years later, we see him fighting in like a pro amateur league.
Yeah.
And then we also see him sitting behind the desk working for a company. But then even from him fighting in that pro amateur, you didn't see that same intensity of fighting as when he was in that youth detention center when he was in LA.
Yeah. So how did you progress throughout the film?
In terms of how he progressed as a character, I think that he departs from his desk job in LA and decides that he wants to continue fighting, which shows a new beginning of a new Creed. He took the initiative to move to Philadelphia in order to gain training from Rocky Balboa, and he did that not only to become a great fighter, but to gain that fighting edge as he did as he was a kid. He was able to fight Ricky Coleman, the world light heavyweight champion in Liverpool, England, and he proved that he was able to fight even though he did not win the fight.
Okay, so as you say that, were there any challenges along the way before the fight?
When he arrived, the challenge was to be accepted as his own identity rather than his father's. Also, he was challenged by a woman named Bianca. Trying to juggle those things in life seemed to add stress when he was working with Rocky. However, we saw a transformation from Donnie when he found out that Rocky had cancer. When Rocky told him that he was not getting chemo because of what happened to his wife, Donnie lost it. He lost it because he was mad that he didn't want to fight this cancer. From that scene alone, I observed that fighting mentality that he had when he was a young boy in that detention center. When things calmed down, Donnie and Rocky decided to fight harder than before in order to face their challenges head on.
How do you think that Rocky kind of shaped Donnie?
Well, Rocky was that threshold guardian type character, that person who was willing to teach him how to become his own self and be able to become a great fighter. He was able to show him the basic routines, exercises that he did, and he also showed him the ways to become something more than himself.
So what was the atmosphere of the fight like in Liverpool, England, compared to kind of sporting events held in the United States?
Well, in Liverpool, England, where the event happened at was at a stadium called Goodison Park. And that's the home to Everton Football Club, which is a soccer team. Mm-hmm. And when their fans were, like during the fight, their fans were chanting songs throughout the whole stadium. And it's something that you don't see through that much in the United States. Yeah. Even though United States fans, especially college basketball and college football fans, go real crazy, they don't have a chance where they sing throughout supporting their team or individual player on as you see through this film.
So would you recommend this film to watch if someone hasn't watched it?
I do recommend this film. And I recommend you even see Rocky Balboa before you see this movie. And if you see Rocky Balboa, then you can see the story before Creed. And from that, you're able to get a better understanding of what's going on and what will be coming throughout Creed. So if you're a boxer or you just like sport movies, I recommend you should see this movie because you're going to love the journey of Donnie Creed throughout the movie while he goes through his 3 stages. That departure stage, which is the beginning of him leaving from LA to go to Philadelphia. Yeah. His initiative stage, taking that initiative to becoming that great fighter, and that return stage from returning to that great fighter that he once was as a kid and showing it to everybody in the world in order to gain that respect.
So would you say that if you didn't see those other Rocky movies, would you be able to pick up this movie and kind of have a good time with it, I guess?
Yeah, I think you would.
Okay.
Because I think that even if you didn't see the other movies, this movie would still be a great movie.
Yeah.
And because everybody's heard of Rocky Balboa before,
Yeah.
might not seen the movie, but they know the idea
Yeah.
from the movie. And that's what's so iconic about the Rocky series.
Okay.
So if you understand the Rocky series, even without knowing about it, then you're able to catch up on this movie very good and at ease.
If you could kind of put Creed in one little message, how would you kind of describe this movie to people?
So never give up on your dreams is really the main idea.
All right. Sounds good.
In conclusion, Creed is a hero's journey of both Rocky and Adonis as they come together and face both the trials and tribulations they have individually and as a unit. Thank you. This has been Three Dudes.